Okay, so we are doing one of 5 basic sales trainings that I am putting together for you guys in order to make sure that you guys are analyzing your conversations the proper way, explaining your products the proper way, and ultimately achieving better results. Okay? These aren't going to take very long. We're going to videotape them so that we can play them back as needed or go back over them and review them. Also, after this, Linda's going to sit down and she's going to write a white paper, essentially, on each of these trainings and give you guys a synopsis on it so that you can refer back to it. Okay? This first one is feature, advantage, benefit. This is day 1. Okay? This is really, really easy to understand if it's explained correctly and if you internalize it. Okay? What I'm selling is air. Whether I'm selling you on the idea that you can sell something or whether I'm selling insurance, both of those products are non-tangible. You can't touch them, you can't feel them, you can't put your hands on them. Okay? That is a huge disadvantage to sales. Period. It makes it that much harder. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about feature first. We're going to go through the list. What is the feature that you're presenting? What are the features of your product? Whatever it is. Okay? In this example, our product is a pen. We are selling a standard Bic pen to someone that for some reason wants to buy a pen. So, what are the features of a pen? Well, it has ink. Okay.
So does Amber.
It writes.
It's got a color.
It's got a color. What else?
Permanent?
It's permanent. You write something on it. It doesn't go away. Okay. So we listed 4 of our features. What this thing does. Okay? It can be a car. It can be a house. It can be insurance. It can be anything. But we have to identify what is it that we're featuring. What are the things that we're going to show off? Okay? And if you don't have a clear list of things, you didn't even speak up on a pen, okay? If you don't have a clear list of things that you're going to feature from your products, it's really, really hard to make them up on the spot. Okay? Comes back to preparation. You have to know your own product. Okay? We know what the pen does, and everybody pretty much off the top of their head can at least identify a couple of features that the pen has. What it does, what it's made out of, how it works. Okay? So we want to explain those features when dealing in a sales environment. Okay? I'm going to sell this pen. And in order to sell this pen, I have to explain to you, Mr. or Mrs. Consumer, why you want to buy this pen. Now, what a lot of salespeople do is they explain to you why you don't want to buy somebody else's pen. That's not what we're here to do. I'm not interested in why you don't want to buy John Smith's pen. Okay? Because probably it's the same bloody pen. So not only am I getting myself into a negative conversation and at the end of the day a price war, period, because you're going to end up at price in that instance, but I'm not creating value in my product. I'm not explaining why I believe this pen is the right pen for you. be clear and confident in describing the presented whatever it is, widget, in a positive way, as opposed to trying to explain why theirs is no good. Okay? That's not what we're here to do. We're here to explain why the features of this pen are a reality. Okay? And that's going to build value in this pen. The other side of that is that this pen doesn't fly. Okay? It's pretty simple because it doesn't have wings, and yet when we're selling things, a lot of times we get off on a tangent and can and start selling benefits that don't necessarily exist. Okay? And that comes back to product knowledge. But you want to make absolutely sure that the benefits that you're presenting, that the things that you're stating as facts are true and are relevant to the conversation. I mean, this pen is plastic. You could light it on fire and use it to start small fires. It will burn for a while. But that's not a benefit to the pen. Okay? That doesn't increase the value. To bring it back to insurance, you want to make sure that the coverage that we're providing, the coverage that we're quoting, not only does the customer need it and is it well explained, but it's not overpromised. Same reason we don't say full coverage. Because there's no such thing. My version of full coverage and your version of full coverage are two completely different things. And now you've created an expectation that's not real. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, your pen flies. It's amazing. No, it doesn't. Yeah. You know, it's from Hogwarts. It's fantastic. Okay? That's not realistic. And that you can trip yourself up and you stop your sales process right there. Okay? Even ignorant people know when you're lying. It's pretty easy to figure out. Okay? Advantage. What does the pen do for me? What does this product do? Okay? And the pen's easier than what we're currently selling and what a lot of people out there are selling. Okay? At least with a car, you get, you can smell the leather and you can explain the radio and you can hear the speakers and you can rev the engine. Okay? What we're selling is much more complicated than that. So, what's the advantage? What's the advantage in not only the particular product that you're selling at that point in time, but the brand that you're selling overall? Because at the end of the day, just like with the pen, almost everybody's got the same product. We didn't reinvent the wheel here. Mm-hmm. So, if I'm selling Kias and you're selling Kias, why are you buying my Kia? So, what's the advantage of the pen?
We love what we do and we want you to buy it.
That's not the pen. We're coming back to the simple side. What's the advantage of the pen? It's full of ink. I mean, there's specific innate advantages to any product. We sell a product on a daily basis that will cover you if you wreck your car. That will protect you from liability if you screw up on a construction job. That will, promise to pay out for your bonding for your construction job.
Customer service.
Okay? Customer service. There's intangible value and advantages that need to be conveyed. Because it's very, very hard to identify a whole lot of advantages to this pen over that one. Does that make sense? It's really, really hard to take something tangible and say, this is a better advantage for this pen over this pen. Well, why? Okay. Mr. and Mr. Customer, if you buy this pen, we always answer the phones with a human. Mr. and Mr. Customer, if you buy this pen, when it runs out of ink, we provide free refills. You can always call me and make sure that your pen is working properly. Okay? There's some sort of a guarantee. Warranty. Okay?
We care.
We care. And we show we care by, etc., etc., etc. You cannot present advantages to a product with tons and tons and tons of direct competition without internalizing what your processes are, without knowing what your support levels are going to be. Okay? Without believing in the surrounding structure that supports the sale of that product. Car dealers don't give away warranties because they like fixing cars for free. Car dealers give away warranties because it's literally the only way to sell cars. You're not going to buy a new car without a warranty. Period. That's the back-end advantage. Okay, Toyota sold millions of Priuses. It's a great car. Car has a 110-pound, and you don't quote me on this, 110-pound non-recyclable battery in it. It's horrible for the environment in that aspect. And yet they've presented an advantage of gas mileage. By the way, this car gets very similar gas mileage to their Corolla 5-speed, which costs $10,000 less. But they've presented a compelling advantage in their sales approach. And it's a mass market for them now, and many other car makers. Okay? That advantage has very little to do with nuts and bolts features. I mean, yes, the car gets good gas, so on and so forth. But it has more to do with a promise of a feeling, doing the right thing, being the person that you want other people to see you being. Literally. I mean, this is the promise that they made.
It looks good.
It looks good. It's a good-looking car. You look good in it, and everyone knows that you care about the environment. It's amazing.
It's an image.
It's amazing. Okay? It's the same reason why I wear Lucky Brand jeans instead of Lee jeans or whatever. It has it's the same amount of denim. You know? But there's a advantage that has been assimilated by the consumer because it's been properly presented. Okay? The difference between a Louis Vuitton purse and a Kmart purse. It's a purse. It's going to hold all the crap that y'all ladies stuff into these things. Okay? But there's an advantage that's been conveyed. And that's where you come in. That's where you come in as somebody that understands your product and understands your advantage. We're better. We're faster. We're smarter. We're more educated. We're more understanding. We're more sympathetic. It's a good one for nurses, I guess. You have to convey advantages, but also you have to make sure that you convey advantages that meet the customer's expectations. Okay? If we're dealing with somebody who is very abrupt and wants tactile answers, an engineering kind of a mind, telling him how compassionate and understanding we are is not going to get you a sale. Okay? Your advantages, other than your opposite from your features, are customer relationship rapport driven. Okay? It's how Volvo sells cars. Seriously. Okay? It's all about safety. Safety, 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 safety. Okay? These people buy Saabs and Volvos, you know, and that's their market, that's their niche, that's what they're going for. Most businesses, most brands don't necessarily have that kind of a niche. So we have to have salespeople that can be multifaceted. You have to be available to broaden your thought pattern when you're on the phone, when you're in the front of that client, when you're going through that pitch for that product. You have to be prepared to move your advantage spiel, if you want to call it, to fit their needs and wants and desires. Some people it's just about things being cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Well, there's advantages to that. We're the least expensive. Because we said so. But cheap's completely graded on a curve. Cheap is completely biased based on what the last guy told him was expensive. Okay? So you have to make sure that you're listening to your customers and that you're presenting advantages that appeal to that customer, that is an advantage to them. Okay? Not every single conversation is going to have the same advantages. And if you're using the same rote advantages over and over and over again, you're going to fail. And you're not going to get the results that you want. You're not going to get the returns that you want. You're not going to get the numbers that you want. You're not going to get the rapport that you want out of those clients. Benefit. Okay? What is the benefit of owning this pen?
You have something to write with?
Something to write with. A tool. You know, you can't text and drive in America anymore. It's illegal. They don't like it. Which really stinks, I think, because we just got started on it now. It's terrible. Don't do it. Now, the funny thing is that you could actually handwrite a letter while driving.
Yep. And read a book.
And read a book. You can't read an iPad.
Put your makeup on. Yeah.
You know, this is a tool. You can literally, legally write a memo while driving your car.
Yes, you
As long as
can.
you're not texting. Okay? This pen gives you that advantage. If you were selling this pen and you told a customer that and you got them to laugh and respond and think that that was funny, because it is,
Only because you said it.
well, you're presenting a benefit to this. Product benefits have to wrap up your features and advantages. Okay? This concludes the reasons that this person should accept our product, your product, whatever that product may be at the time. Okay? The benefits are not pen benefits. Okay? The benefit is not that, you know, this pen is awesome. The benefit is what can that client then do? This car is going to save you gas. This insurance policy is going to make sure that if you get in a wreck, you know, you're covered. Other people that you hit are covered. Here's your limits. These are the benefits. By the way, we think uninsured motorist is a great addition to your policy. Here's why, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Benefit is about taking the information that you've gotten from the customer in that conversation, in that rapport building, in explaining your features, getting them to give you feedback and agree with you that those features are valuable and valid and real, and going over the advantages of what this product will do for them, with them, help them. Okay? The benefits are the culmination of this to saying all of those things are a reality, and here's how you move forward with your life with this brand new pen. Because you have the ability now to go out and write a note, or write a novel, become a best-selling author, direct a sales presentation, write out a cure for cancer, There's a whole lot of benefits that you, Mr. PhD cancer researcher, or you, Mrs., I'm writing 50 Shades of Pink
Yeah.
this week, can do because you bought this pen. And with this pen comes all of our customer service, all of our support, all of the values and ethos and integrity that we as pen suppliers provide to you because we really bloody believe in this pen.
See, Julie doesn't want pencils anymore.
Yeah.
That's why you hate pencils.
Feature, advantage, benefit. Okay? You put it together and you're going to get a response. Okay? The pen is obviously a joke. I picked something that was easy. I can sell you anything. Period. Okay? We buy stuff we don't want with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. It's from Fight Club. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So if these people are buying things that they don't want with money that they don't have to impress people that they don't like, why not step backwards and sell them something that they do need? Most of these people that we're talking about are already our clients, by the way. Now, that might not be true for everyone in the world in a sales environment, but most of the people that we're talking about here in this room are already doing business with our company. And we haven't gone through the process to explain to them why the rest of the products that they're buying should be from us. We haven't gone through our feature, advantage, benefit in a proper way. Because if we had, our multi-line customer percentages would be much higher than they are right now. Much higher. Taking this and implementing it is very, very easy. Okay? And this is where we're going to wrap up. It's very easy, and here's why. All you have to do is identify some features of your product and your company that are sellable points. We've gone over a few of what would be a feature on this particular pen, and we can go over specific product features, and you guys can get together and do that also. You list out a couple of features that are pertinent to each, or at least a majority of your products. Okay? What is the advantage for the customer? What are we promising to the world and then following through on? Because it's not only price. And again, I want to reiterate, this is not about spinning over on the negative and saying, well, so-and-so's product is terrible for these reasons. Okay? A lot of salespeople do that. A lot of salespeople focus on, let me tell you how bad their stuff is so that you'll buy what I've got.
It will come back and bite you.
It'll always come back and bite
It
you.
always will. You have to spin it with a positive.
And you do have to spin it with positive. You do have to provide true positive reinforcement for your own product. Especially when you're in an uber competitive marketplace like what we're in. And this can be flipped over to selling boats or Culligan water or cars or insurance. All of these marketplaces are absolutely saturated with competition. So how do you succeed? You succeed by positively reinforcing your product with your brand promises, your features, your advantages, and your benefits. Leave the other guys to themselves. Let them talk negative about you until this person's so sick of hearing negativity they call you back just because you were positive. Nobody likes negativity. So do it in a positive way. Reinforce it and make it real by succinctly detailing what it is that you're selling, why you're selling it, why you believe it's a better product, why you believe option A is better than option B for them, and how they're going to benefit, how they're going to have an improved situation, circumstance, life from that. Questions? No? Okay.
Before,
Great.
before they go,
Mhm.
stop.